Welcome to Review Journal Spotlight on the NFL. We're here at the Mirage Sportsbook on the Vegas Strip. Handicapper Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas, and Mirage Sportsbook Director Jeff Stoneback. Thanks for joining me, guys. We're going to give you our 3 top plays in the NFL, including our best bet. Kelly, why don't you lead us off your top 2 plays in the NFL?
This is going to be my disclaimer for this week. I absolutely hate this NFL card. It is going to be really hard for me to find 5 plays this week for the Super Contest because it is just really ugly. But I'm going to go with Oakland plus 2.5. I know the old adage about West Coast teams flying east for early games. I do not care because why? This Oakland team is just not normal. Like, they lose to the Ravens at home, then they turn around and 2 weeks later beat their rivals, the Chiefs, in a crazy ending of a game. Like I said, they lose games they're supposed to win. They win games they're supposed to lose. They are 9-3 against the number as their last 12 as a dog. I'm going to roll the dice here, take the almost field goal with the Oakland Raiders. As you can tell, I'm super confident in that one. And as well as this one, the 49ers plus 13. 49ers was my best bet last week, and they looked absolutely horrible against the Dallas Cowboys. But we always talk about how the sharp guys love to play double-digit dogs in the NFL. A couple of weeks ago, it worked out well for them. Here we are getting almost 14 with the Niners. I'm not going to hold my breath, but like I said, getting 2 touchdowns with an Eagles team off a short week, I'm going to take it and hope we can get the cover.
All right, Jeff, who are your top first 2 plays?
I like the Jets getting 4 points, a home dog against Atlanta. Atlanta, the offense has been struggling. They've only scored 41 points their last 3 games. The Jets have only been giving up 17 points at home. And 2 teams that, against the spread, Atlanta has failed to cover the last 3 times, and the Jets have covered 4 out of their last 5. So anytime you get points at home in the NFL, home dog, I'll take +4 with a team that's struggling on offense. My other play I like is the Chiefs. Talking about struggling offenses is your Denver Broncos. Boy, they are really struggling on offense. They've only scored 42 points their last 4 games, and the Chiefs, they've got that extra time to prepare at home now where they're always very strong. 5 of their 7 games, they've scored at least 27 points, so I see them rolling over the Broncos, so I'll lay 7 with the Chiefs.
We're going to lay some points, too, with the Vikings by 9.5 over the Browns in London. The Vikings have a chance to go 6-2 heading into their bye week. They have the number 4 defense in the league, and they'll be forcing Cleveland to throw the ball. And whether it's Hogan or Kaiser or Kessler or Kramer from Seinfeld, doesn't matter. They're going to be spinning in circles like mumbling Big Ben Parliament like Clark Griswold over in London. Joe Thomas is out, their tackle that has played 10,000-something snaps in a row since 2007 with the Browns. I mean, after that was more painful than a torn triceps right there, but that's their emotional leader and leader on the line, and I just don't see them keeping up with the Vikings over in London. Also going to go, Jeff, you're from Seattle. I'm going with the Seahawks in your honor, laying 5.5 over the Texans. I love Deshaun Watson, and they've been averaging 40 points a game, the Texans, since Watson's taken over as quarterback. But this is a really tough spot for him to go into Seattle and the crowd at CenturyLink Field and the Seattle defense. And the Seahawks showed a few signs of life in their win over the Giants. And they're 11-2 against the spread as home favorites between 3.5 and 7 points. It's right in that range. Relatively short number to cover there in Seattle. Let's move on to our best bets. Kelly, who's your best bet in the NFL?
You know, I'm going to actually agree with you, which never happens. Usually we're head-to-head. My best bet is going to be the Minnesota Vikings minus 9.5.
You finally smartened up.
Finally. You know, I'm going to take the big number, which I rarely do in the NFL, because Cleveland finally got the cover last week, so I'm expecting people to go back to them again this week thinking it's the right side. It's not. Everybody knows I love Coach Zimmer. Why? Because he actually cares about covering the spread. Whether he really does or not, he gets it done, and that's what I care about. They are 11-3 against Vegas when playing an AFC opponent. They also are 8-0 against the number after a bye week. Everybody's rested. Everybody's healthy. I'm ready to see what this Vikings team can do in London, and the Browns are going to absolutely get beat down in this game, and I can't wait to see it.
Jeff?
My best bet is one of Kelly's plays. I like the 49ers getting almost 2 touchdowns. I mean, 5 of their 7 losses have been by a combined 13 points. They're in every game except last week. This line may be inflated a little bit last week. They got blown out by the Cowboys. Everybody has a bad game. The Eagles coming off a Monday night win. It's going to be a short week for them. I thought this line was going to come out about 11 or 12. Now it's at 13, and I think by game day you'll probably be able to get the full 14 points on that. So that's my best bet, is the 49ers over the Eagles.
All right, you can't go wrong with the double-digit dogs in the NFL. I'm going with the Steelers over the Lions by a field goal. These teams are finally looking like who we thought they were. The Steelers have won 2 straight here, giving up only 27 points in wins over the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Lions have lost 2 straight against Carolina and the Saints. They allow a lot of sacks. The Steelers get a lot of sacks. They're going to be shutting down Detroit's anemic running attack, and they'll be having Matthew Stafford on the run all day. The Steelers are back on top of the AFC, tied with the Pats, and the Chiefs at 5-2. So every game means something here, and the offense still has their internal issues. Everyone complaining about touches every week. Martavis Bryant might even get some touches in this one. Going with the Steelers, cover the short number in Detroit. That's our spotlight in the NFL.